which was a real adventure because my first child weighed 12 pounds, 4.5 ounces. Comes in the door with this scowl on his face and says, "Look what these idiot transportation drivers did. They brought this isolation linen's probably got meningitis," and he slings it across the floor and it goes up against my leg. And I said, "Do you realize what you've just done?" So it's a hilarious play. But in Act 3, when they decide they're going to kill me, okay, they build a gallows.
I remember that
hotel
very well.
and had to rig the rope just so.
Yeah, they didn't choke you.
But when I start doing this with the rope.
Do that one more time. We start
like this with the rope.
All right.
It has to give way. One night it didn't give way.
Hi, everybody. This is Tom Wilkins, and welcome to TomCast. That's the little intro that we do right here.
Okay.
Pretty cool, huh? I hate being nice. Okay, now we're going to get into it. Welcome, everybody, to TomCast. My special guest is Nancy Carlton. Hey, Nancy, how are you?
I'm doing well, Tom.
I see you way over there across from the table. This reminds me of the old days. Not exactly the podcast stuff, but, you know.
Right.
What,
Right.
Okay, Nancy, for the viewers at home, let's kind of give a little background for yourself.
Right.
Where were you born?
I have always lived in Central Arkansas.
Really?
Yeah. I was born, of course, in a hospital in Little Rock.
Okay.
But my family was living in not Rose City, out there kind of in the boonies. I believe it was Rose
Were
City.
you in a manger or?
No mangers
No manger?
involved.
Okay.
Probably inexpensive wooden houses.
Back of a pickup truck or anything like that?
No, I think actually their address, we were on Healy Street.
Healy Street.
Healy Street.
With the pickup truck or just on Healy Street?
Oh, Dad had it always. Yeah, I had a pickup truck.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. And so where'd you go to school? Same place?
Too many places because
Okay.
Daddy loved to move. He never moved as far, but he kept moving us.
He did.
Yes. So I had 3 different first grade teachers, 2 different second grade teachers. Then from 3rd, 4th, and part of 5th, I had one school. Then it was back to one of the original schools.
You're
So-
kidding.
No.
You ran them all off, huh? All those
Well,
teachers?
When I finally got back to Sylvan Hills, where I had
I
started
know where that
school,
is. Yeah.
we stayed there through my high school years. So
See, I'm learning stuff I didn't know about you. So you went through all the way through high school.
Mm.
Then what happened to you after high school? No, wait. Let's go back a little bit.
okay.
You know, I know your adult background, if you will, but
Okay.
were you in drama in school?
I was not in drama intentionally. I was in choir and band and anything that had to do with music I
Okay.
would be involved in. But this was Sylvan Hills High School. This was kind of rural, and it was a 2A school at that time. I don't know if you understand that size-wise, we were not a huge.
2 rooms, was it?
No,
basically,
it was
or-
a nice size school, but
Yeah, okay.
as far as their sports ranking was 2A. So
2A.
2A.
Wow.
And it actually, I think it goes all the way up to like 7A or
Yeah,
something.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
something like
So it was a small school, and they didn't have some of the programs that some of the
So
other schools
the
had.
same person kind of taught music and taught PE and taught history.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
and at one point in high school at Sylvan Hills, we took in an entire other school. Scott High School shut down. The way out Faulkner
Because
Lake.
they ran out of teachers too, huh?
I
over
don't
there?
know, but all their students and some of their teachers came with them and joined Sylvan Hills. They even hauled in one of their old buildings. I don't know how they got it there.
Wait,
They-
no, let's
it
go back a
wasn't
little bit.
giant building, but I mean,
They
did.
hauled in a building to connect to your school, which was a 2-room school. Is that correct
two-
so far?
It wasn't a
Some-
2-room.
Oh, it's more than.
It was.
It was less than that.
It was
Yeah,
not-
all right,
it was-
whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So okay, let's get you out of school because this is getting way too confusing for
Okay.
me. What happened then?
Well, I went to Drawn School of Business. I don't know if you've heard of
I
that.
have not.
Oh, they've been around forever.
Okay.
So I don't know why my thought was, well, my mother was a secretary and that kind of thing. So instead of me going to college immediately, we thought, we'll just, do secretarial school.
Okay.
It's closer, it's cheaper. She'll be able to get a job right
Less
away.
expensive.
Much less expensive.
Well, you said cheaper. I said less
Right,
expensive.
right.
Selling tools.
So I went to Drawn School of Business in
Okay.
downtown Little Rock. And in order to get there every day from Sylvan Hills, I rode to work with my mother. She worked at the City Hall in North Little Rock.
Okay.
And I caught a city bus. This is...
You caught it. Did you run
I
it?
ran after it, yeah.
Okay.
Caught a city bus across the river to Little Rock, went to secretarial school all day, caught another bus, came back to the North Little Rock City Hall, and rode back home with Mother. So there was a lot of moving parts to the plan.
A lot of to and fro there. You lost me actually about,
After I said, I'm Nancy Carlton.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Okay.
Okay, so then what happened?
Well, I got tired of spending money not making any money, which is what you do as long as you're still going to school.
Okay.
So I quit before I finished the whole course. Some of it was so outdated.
Well, I'm sure it was.
They taught me this at Drawn School of Business.
Yes.
They taught me, one of the classes was comptometer. Are you familiar with a comptometer?
Oh, sure I am. It's the guy at the airplane place, and it's they control all the comptology.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Right. Yeah, no, not at all.
That wasn't it. Okay.
So anyway, they taught some outdated things. And when I left secretarial school, I went to work in the accounting department at Arkansas Power and Light, which is now part of Entergy, but back then.
So
yeah.
Nancy, they hired yourself, who had been through all these things that you didn't like about the career that you have taken now.
Right.
And so it's just getting a little.
Hired
This is a made-for-TV movie
Light,
right here. Go ahead.
Which was even more difficult to get to from Sylvan Hills.
Sure, it was buses and all kinds of
No, I didn't have to ride a bus, but I had my first little car, and it was a '67 Mercury Cougar.
Oh,
and
I remember those.
And it ran hot. If you drove it for very long at all, it would just,
A redhead in a Mercury Cougar.
Yes. So it was difficult to get to work every day on time. So I was already stressed when I would get there. And
I'm stressed just listening to it. Go ahead.
One of the reasons that they hired me is because at Drawn School of Business, where they were teaching outdated things, one of the courses I had taken was switchboard operator. So my main job.
They have a course in switch.
Yes.
Operator.
Yes.
That's where you plug things in.
This was the old course.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Yeah,
and
go
at
ahead.
Drawns, when they taught you the course, they had like maybe 6 cords and 6 plugs. That's what you.
Are they all same color or different colors or?
I don't know if that really matters because there'll be little numbers or
matters to
something
me.
about. Well, then I'll call them up and ask.
Just make it up, okay?
Okay, they're different colors.
Oh, good. That's what I thought. It would make it easier.
Okay.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
the main job at Arkansas Power and Light was back in the accounting department. There's nothing more boring to a person who likes music and creative things than to be stuck in an accounting department. So all day long back there, we opened up people's checks for their bills and everything.
Yeah.
And, stamped them and sorted them and all that. But twice a day, me being the specially trained person that I was, I had to go and relieve the switchboard operator. And believe it or not, Arkansas Power and Light, even back then, had a big, busy switchboard.
I bet it did.
And
6 lines, right?
Oh, no. I'm talking about
Lots of them?
Sit down in front of this. It was big.
Okay.
And it was very busy.
How big was it?
I don't know, maybe 60, 80 or more.
Oh, lots of them.
Lots of them.
Plug in?
And it was cords and plugs.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you aware of the things that can happen?
I'm not aware of anything
Let
you're
me
saying.
tell you this.
Yes.
When you've got to plug in cords to these little holes that are so close to each other, and then open up the line so that they can hear each other.
Sure. Because somebody's over here calling in, right?
Yeah, so here's the problem.
What's the problem?
This call finishes. This call is not finished. You have to unplug one of these cords without disturbing the other cords.
Did you ever screw up?
Oh, of course I did. And you know, you have like 1 second to get it back in before it disconnects the call. If you see you've pulled the wrong one or that you knocked one out, you have like 1 second to get it back in. If you don't, the call is gone. And here's what's worse than that.
What's worse than that?
What's worse than that is you're working and you got like a glob of about 6 of them, and you're needing to pull out 1 or 2 of those without disturbing the others, and you lose track of which is which one. And you're working with these conversations that are ongoing, and all of a sudden they're talking to somebody completely different than they were talking to, and they have no idea why. They know they didn't do anything. The other person didn't. All of a sudden, they're talking to somebody they didn't call, and they had no business talking.
But I wonder if you got accidentally the wrong one, if a lady started talking to a man and actually made a connection and started dating or something.
Plot for a book.
A play. We could do a play here, Nancy.
Yes,
a one-woman play.
That would be terrific.
Well, let's think about that. Now let's move along just a little bit here.
All right.
What happened next?
Okay.
You went from the 80 thing, whatever.
After I worked there for a little while, you know, just the stress of trying to get there every day from Sylvan Hills. We're talking about it's a long
long haul.
And this was during
the
time.
Corvair, what are you?
67 Mercury Cougar.
And
this was during the time when they shut down the Broadway Bridge for some kind of
work suckers
for months. So I had to take a longer route. They were working on it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They were probably painting the line down the middle, and it's a government job, right?
So it made it even harder.
Yeah.
So I had to go out and, you know, I just couldn't keep doing that. I needed something closer.
You wanted something not so far away and something a little more challenging. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So I got a job at North Little Rock Electric.
Oh.
Which was a little better.
Still had a little spark in it, yeah.
But still, come on. I love music and acting and all these kind of things.
You didn't want to be doing all this other stuff.
I don't care how much somebody's electric bill is.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
You know, and it was just very much a drag.
A drag, okay.
So after a while, I'm looking for other jobs.
Okay, at the same time.
And this is when the decision to go to business school instead of college started really biting me in the rear end.
Okay, all right.
All you can get if you go in there with your, you know, drawn School of Business experience would be clerical type jobs.
Oh, you're back to where you started, kind of there.
Well, it's all got to be sitting in front of a calculator and maybe a typewriter.
And back in those days, I mean, it was the old boom, 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 right?
Yes, it was. I was a very good typist. I was a fast typist.
I bet you were.
But that's not a lot of fun.
I heard you were fast. No, I mean typist.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. No, listen, by the way, I've seen a picture of you back in those days, a photo, and you of course you still are, but you were beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
No, seriously.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I looked at it and I go, who the hell's that? No, I did, but it was you, and you're very attractive.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm not just saying that, and you owe me $1.
Okay, are you looking to hire a switchboard
operator? Well, maybe so. A one ring a dingy, two ring. Anyway, go on. I interrupted. I'm sorry. You forgot where you were.
No, I don't know how much you want to know.
Don't swing in the chair. It's not good for the mic.
Okay. I don't know how much you want to know about my.
Well, you know as much as possible. We're just here to have a conversation.
Well, when I was working at North Little Rock Electric, I got married.
Okay.
The first time.
That's all right. Hey, who hasn't had a first time, right?
That's right.
All right. And that obviously didn't work out.
No.
How long were you married?
4 years.
4 years, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And What did this person do for a living? Oh, wait, work for the electric company, right?
No, he was actually a welder and like some sort of a plant assistant.
Was he from Sylvan Hills too, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another Sylvan Hills boy.
Ooh, okay. Well, you just go down that road or get back out of it. I don't care.
Okay. So anyway, after 4 years, that was over with. And about the same time as that marriage was ending, I gave birth to my first child.
Oh, wow.
Which was a real adventure because my first child weighed 12 pounds, 4.5 ounces. So
that's like kind of big, isn't it?
That's big enough he could have been twins.
Okay.
So that starts a whole new chapter. I had moved.
Did you eat a lot, or what brought that on?
To get pregnant?
No. I know what brought that on.
Okay.
But the part that he was so a big baby.
I don't know. The doctor suspected I could be diabetic, but I didn't test diabetic.
We didn't know what diabetes was back then, probably.
No, and one of the symptoms of diabetes is you have large babies.
Oh, seriously? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, and I had moved back home with my parents when the marriage broke up.
Went south. Just went off the thing. 4 years. Pew. Okay, go ahead.
So we had, let's see, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, me, and this giant baby, all sharing a house out in Sylvan Hills. It was not
2 rooms or like the school.
It was more than 2 rooms, but it wasn't.
It was a bigger house. Okay, go ahead. What did your dad do for a living?
Dad worked for Arkansas Power and Light, where I had gotten my first job.
Of course, everybody did.
He retired from Arkansas Power.
Of course he did.
Yes.
Did your mom work at all?
Oh, yes.
What'd you work for?
Well, she was working at the City Hall in North Little Rock when I was going to business school.
That's right.
Then she went to work for Hallmark Loan and Investment Corporation.
Hallmark
Loan and Investment Corporation.
All right.
And she worked her way up to vice president.
Wow.
Of that. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. I kind of took you down a different road there, but go ahead and where were we?
We were in the small house with all the adults and the big baby living in one house.
Did he eat a lot?
The baby didn't eat a lot. No, I mean, he was,
So did he stunt his growth so he wasn't ahead of the other kids?
He really wasn't bigger than the other kids.
He was normal.
He was normal size, everything.
Except for the beginning.
When he got there, he was huge.
Beginning was, okay.
So they made us a little apartment out in the garage.
Okay.
And that's where my son and I lived for about 2 years. We lived in an apartment made out of a garage. So that was close quarters.
Wow. Folks, we're going to take just a little break here while I kind of mend my mind from listening to the story with Nancy Carlton. Nancy, to say it's interesting would be an understatement. But seriously, we're going to take a quick commercial, come back with Nancy, and where we want to go when they come back. What do you want to talk about then?
Whatever you want to talk about.
We'll be back. We have no idea what we're going to talk about, just like the first segment here, ladies and gentlemen. And back to TomCast with Nancy Carlton in just a second. Hi, everybody. Tom Wilkins back here with my favorite guest probably of today.
The day.
My friend Nancy Carlton over here. Nancy, we've been talking about your history. It is one of the most fascinating stories. It's a made-for-TV movie. We might make a play out of it. The farther we get into this, who knows? But where were we in the conversation?
Well, I was living in the house with the big baby and a bunch of adults.
Okay, let's take it from there.
I got to take off the first year that he was, after the baby was
adult, I mean the child.
Yes, the first year that I had the baby.
Yes.
My parents were willing to support me so I could stay home and take care of the baby. Yes, it was very sweet of them.
All right.
And then I got a job. Now, if you want to talk about some weird turns in life, I got
This whole thing's weird.
Everything about it is weird. Yeah. Okay, I got a job at the VA Medical Center, North Little Rock Division. If you're not from this area, which I know you're not, you may not be aware of a place they call it Fort Roots. It's really Fort Root, but nobody around here.
Fort Roots. Does it still exist?
It still exists.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And it is the long-term care psychiatric division of the Veterans Hospital.
I spent some time there.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
They call it get out or get in. Well, I don't remember.
So I went to work there at Fort Roots.
Okay.
And I was young, very young.
Young and cute. We established you were cute. Okay.
And there were a lot of crazy men walking around all over that hill. So
so you found one, right?
No, I didn't marry one of those guys.
Oh, you
But
waited.
I'm just saying,
All right.
You never know what you're going to see when you work in a place like that.
Okay. All right.
You walk into a building, the guy walking down the hall in front of you may have his pants down around his ankles.
Listen, that can happen downtown Hot Springs. What are you trying to kid me? Go ahead.
I mean, just weird, strange things.
Yeah.
But I was the secretary of the industrial laundry there. They have this one big building.
The secretary of the industrial laundry.
Yes.
I'm trying to picture that in my mind.
Wash all the sheets and the towels and the.
Okay, you're in a laundromat.
Well, it's huge.
A big laundromat.
Great big.
Like you could tumble inside this thing or something.
No, I'm not talking about a dryer. I'm talking about the building is all windows on both sides so they can open them up and get a little air so people can breathe.
Okay.
It's lots and lots of workers
People
constantly.
were dying to get out of that place because it was so hot.
It was hot. They tried to keep it.
No, wait. I'm very confused, but
They had fans, but it in the summertime working in a laundry.
Are we talking about big dryers, big tumbler and things? Is that where we're
the
talking
whole
about?
thing? Washers, dryers, dry cleaners, the big mangle things where they flat iron like sheets or whatever. That
I don't know. You're telling me.
Everything.
Okay.
The towels, the washcloths.
And you worked in there.
I was the secretary.
The secretary.
So
you wrote on each tray of laundry things.
I kept all the time sheets for everybody.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Ordering. I answered the phone.
There were other people in there then.
In the office, there was only me and my boss. Everybody else had to work out in the laundry.
Oh, so you were cool in the air conditioning part.
Yes, we had.
Oh, yeah. Now it's coming out. Yeah, these people out there dying in this heat, and you're sitting there going,
there were
"That's
fans.
one.
They
That's
seemed
two."
to do okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, it was wild because up on the top floor was the isolation linen. They had to, this is where the linens would come in from wards where they had hepatitis or some kind of contagious disease.
Okay.
And
they were up high?
They were up at the top of the building and they had to sort through things separately.
Like flags coming down or something or what?
No, I mean they were.
Well, I'm trying to
in the top. You had to climb stairs to get up there.
Okay. Well, I would think so.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And here's part of the problem.
Don't point at me. All right.
Here's part of the problem. When you need an isolation room for some of the laundry,
of course,
is that somehow or other, and I'm not saying the nurses weren't being careful, but occasionally a used syringe or something would be tossed in with the dirty linen.
Now we're getting down to it.
So
shoddy
occasionally somebody would get injured while sorting through.
That's not good.
Yeah, the linen that could have meningitis or hepatitis or something like that.
People actually get stuck?
Yes, they did.
Excuse me.
And guess who they had to come to write up their report?
You.
Me.
You. Aisle 3, Nancy, we got someone shot up here.
First, they would have to go over to the health office, and get tended to.
How do you get these jobs, Nancy?
I don't even know.
Okay,
I remember a terrible joke that my boss played.
What was a terrible joke that your boss might have made in daily conversation?
The isolation linens from, the ones that you had to keep separate.
Yes.
Okay, they came in striped bags. So you would know this is not to be put in with the clean linen. This is to be handled separately. They were striped. So one day my boss, goes up to the soiled linen area on the top floor, gets a clean striped bag, fills it up with clean linen, closes it up, comes down there in the office where I'm working away, comes in the door with this scowl on his face and says, "Look what these idiot transportation drivers did. They brought this isolation linen's probably got meningitis, and they left it in with the clean linen. And he slings it across the floor, and it goes up against my leg, and just hits. And I said, "Do you realize what you've just done? I have a baby at home.
Oh,
I have a baby at home."
A big baby.
A big baby.
Big baby, okay.
But anyway, then he said, "It's clean. I'm just joking you."
Oh.
But therefore,
so that is the joke you're telling me?
I would have had to spend like a month or somewhere, like that, isolated from the baby, the family, everything, to see if I was going to get sick.
Well, I hope you have a better joke later.
Better joke later.
Yeah, well, I mean.
I do have a better joke later.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The main mechanic for the entire industrial laundry is who became my second husband.
Okay.
So I got to see him like every day at work.
Was he from Sylvan Hills too, or not?
He was from Tennessee.
Tennessee. Well, that was better. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you kind of had the hots for him. Or he had the
vice versa.
Okay, everybody had the hots for you back then.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But okay, so number 2, we're up to number 2, folks. This could be a series in itself. This whole thing of Nancy and her marriages.
Don't worry, because number 2 didn't take very long. 3 weeks in.
Yes.
I asked myself. I said, "Self, what have I done?" Because there was no way that this was going to work. There was no way he was going to be able to be a dad to my son.
Little fat kid, yeah. No, at that time probably wasn't. He was slim and trim. And go ahead.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
He was way too old for me.
How much older was he?
He was probably not quite twice my age, but nearly.
And how old were you?
I was probably 24.
24, so he was 40-something.
He was probably mid to late 40s.
Did you need counseling back then?
Probably.
Okay.
Sorry
I wasn't around.
But anyway, so about 3 weeks in, I'm asking myself, what have I done? I got to get out of this. This is not good. So
3 weeks in?
3 weeks in. And so people don't know the law. And they're saying, if you go to a lawyer 3 months or less into a marriage, you can have it annulled.
I've heard of that.
Well, that's not true.
Oh, really?
Unless you're willing to testify that the marriage has not been consummated. So on the 3-month day,
it's a big word.
I was in the lawyer's office.
Yes.
And I said, "I've been told that I can get this annulled if it's 3 months or less." And he said, "Are you willing to testify in court
that you have not been consummated
this marriage?"
Yes.
And I just looked at him like, "Look, I've been married to this guy for 3 months. What do you think?" So I had to get a divorce.
So you had consummated it.
We were married 3 months.
I'm just asking. I got people coming in here all the time that haven't consummated. We're not going to go down that route right now.
No, that's good. But,
we'll come back to it.
So I got my second divorce.
That was consummated. Right.
You don't consummate divorces.
Well, I'm just trying to follow this here, Nancy. Okay. I mean, I'm going by what you're telling me. Okay. Go ahead. I'm not a good listener.
So I flunked school. I had a really traumatic weekend.
When you consummated things?
No.
Okay.
When I was getting that second divorce, I moved into an apartment, changed jobs.
I need a notepad.
I mean, seriously.
You changed jobs again?
Yes.
You weren't where the 3 sheets in the wind thing was going on?
Did you want me to keep working in the laundry with the guy I was divorced?
We got to get you out of there.
You're going to keep working with the guy you're divorcing?
Dirty laundry? Yeah. I don't want to head your dirty laundry.
So I switched to another job still at Fort Roots. Okay. One weekend, I was changing marital status, changing addresses, changing jobs, and I threw my back out.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
Yes. So
was that from consummating the last marriage?
This was from moving my stuff.
Moving your stuff.
So
You couldn't find a guy to move it for you?
Apparently not.
Apparently, okay.
Okay, so I'm sitting there in this empty apartment with all these boxes stacked around everywhere.
Right.
I can't pick up the baby because my back is out and I'm afraid I'll drop him. So I had to get
Now the baby's slim and doesn't have all that fat, and that thing might bounce right down the road, right? Oh, okay, I'm
the
sorry.
baby was fine, but mother had to come get the baby and keep him for a few days so that I wouldn't, drop him while my mother.
Did she have to take off work and everything?
I don't think so. You remember this? There were.
I remember nothing. I'm just
mom,
listening.
My dad, my brother, my sister, and you remember it was a house full of adults. That's why
Or your sister was there too.
My sister lived in the house with the mom, the dad, the brother, the sister, and me, and the baby.
Baby, yeah. Okay.
So
2 rooms, right?
She came.
Go ahead.
She came and got the baby and kept it for a few days till my back could get better, and I started the new job.
Which part of your back was it? Was it lower back or upper back? You remember?
I'm sure at the time it was probably the lower
back pain. Okay, we need to get a lower back pain chiropractor or something on this program.
That would be
Go
good.
ahead.
That would
Go
be
ahead.
Good. So,
you forgot where you were, didn't you?
Well,
your pain, your back is hurting.
While I was going through all this terrible stuff.
Trauma.
And when you've got low back pain and all kinds of other problems, you're going to the pharmacy.
Of course you are, for pain relief,
medication.
Right? Yes.
I met this pharmacist.
Okay.
And
you met a pharmacist.
He was
I see this coming.
He was behind the counter. He was my pharmacist.
Start with an S?
Yes, it does start with an S.
Gosh.
So I met this really sweet pharmacist, and
he had the hots for you.
He cared about all the terrible stuff I was going through.
He did. You didn't tell him your story or anything, did you?
Oh, yeah. He knew.
Where was this now? Was this in Sylvan Hills? Or what
this was in, Sherwood, between Sylvan Hills and North Little Rock is Sherwood.
Yes, sorry.
He was working at the Kroger pharmacy.
Oh.
And so he was my pharmacist.
Okay.
And
his name was Steve.
Steve.
Okay.
And so he became husband number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
That's as far as that's
so far. That's well. After this conversation, there may be a 4th. Who knows? No. But let's talk about Steve. Steve, happen to know Steve. Great guy.
Yes,
him. Was he about 95 right now?
Right now, he's about to turn 80.
Almost 80, and you would never know it.
No.
Steve is, unlike your baby, Steve is always been slim.
Always
been slim. And
which is a problem now that I'm not as easily maintaining.
Have you consummated? Never mind, I won't go there. I already did it.
Together.
Yeah, so, whatever. Yeah. How long you and Steve been married now?
45 years.
45 years. That's a long way from Sylvan Hills, I'll tell you.
Yes, it is.
And so you guys fell in love over drugs. The availability of drugs.
There were drugs nearby, but they were all prescription drugs.
Well, that's legitimate purposes. You can get hooked on somebody with prescription drugs.
I wasn't taking anything you.
Oh, you weren't. But
no.
Okay, so anyway, he's interested in you because you take probably 15 drugs, right?
No.
What did you take?
I didn't take very many drugs.
Oh, you didn't?
I only went for whatever I had to have if I needed an antibiotic or
I see.
That kind of thing. The thing is, I was making a lot of trips to the drugstore when I didn't need any drugs.
When did you and Steve kind of start dating?
Well, let's see. We got married in 1980. So
1980.
Started dating just a few months before.
Well, how did it kind of happen? I mean, you go up there and he goes, "Hey, you're kind of cute. Would you like to go out? I've got all kinds of prescription drugs here."
No, I cannot imagine
him
saying anything
what happened?
like that.
What?
He just liked me and I liked him. And I knew that he would have to be a smart person because he was a pharmacist. That's one of the things I was looking for.
That's one way of looking at it. Sure.
I really wanted somebody that
smarter than the average person.
Smarter than numbers
'Cause the
1 and
first
2.
2-3 guys, first 2 guys weren't
not
the brightest bulb in the pack. Is that, I'm just
okay.
nice guys.
Yeah.
Are they still around, by the way? You ever talk to them?
Actually, they're both dead.
Oh, they are.
I didn't kill them, but
Okay.
I'm guessing that after years and years, they both just
They missed you so much.
couldn't live without me.
They couldn't find a good pharmacist, apparently, to take. Never mind. We won't go there.
Told them about
Let's get back on the root of the problem here.
Okay.
So you and Steve get married,
Right.
and you had how many children?
He already had one, and I already had the one you know about.
The bouncing baby.
The bouncing baby.
Okay.
So, and then we had our daughter, Laura, together.
And I know Laura. Okay. Well, and Laura's like 18 now, I think. And yeah, and we won't say more about that.
She's a bit more than that.
Okay. Well, maybe she's 21. But Laura is a beautiful woman and very talented like you. Where did you get... No, let me rephrase that. Steve basically has no talents, right? In acting. I think I remember once I hired Steve. I probably didn't pay him, but I hired Steve to play a part, didn't I?
He was good in that part.
And what was it? I can't remember.
In 4 Weddings and an Elvis?
Yes, and I was Elvis, wasn't I?
You were an Elvis impersonator,
right.
and he was an old, burned out Elvis impersonator.
An old burned out pharmacist Elvis
impersonator.
Yes.
And he had a lot of fun doing that show.
I remember that play like it was yesterday, kind of.
Yeah, I think we did a good job with that play.
Yeah, we actually did. We probably rewrote the play a couple times, or I tried to make it funnier. And the director didn't like me, so that didn't go very well. But at any rate, getting back to you, this is about you. So you've done a lot of plays now in your life, and of course you're a singer. You have a lovely voice, and you and I did a little thing at Toastmasters, a little impromptu a week or so ago, and that was a big hit. In fact, you can go to my website, Tom Wilkins, and it's playing there. It's probably playing on your Facebook page.
Yes.
Isn't it? Okay, so you can go to Nancy Carlton or Tom Wilkins and see us having a good time. I did have one comment from somebody after we did that, said, well, I guess y'all did really good, but it wasn't really a speech, was it?
The parts where we weren't singing were...
Well, I thought so. I was very prolific and very thoughtful and I guess they didn't...
I thought it was a very moving and informational speech.
And I can't take criticism very well. Anyway.
You did a great job.
But getting back, you have been in, I know that you and I have done the 4 Weddings and the Elvis. Mm-hmm. The one that I remember probably the most, we've done a few, was the one that you did with Stacy.
And Keith Bray.
And that was called...
Murder at the Howard Johnsons.
You're exactly right.
That was such a funny play.
That was one of the funniest things that we've been in a long time. And actually, I directed it, didn't I?
Yes, you directed it.
I directed it. I wasn't in it. Thank God I wasn't. But you and Stacy at one point were under the bed.
Yeah, we were. Well, yeah.
How did that work?
Do you remember why we went under the bed?
I don't remember much at all, but I remember the play.
Okay, Stacy was playing my dentist.
Yes, I remember.
Keith Bray was playing my husband.
Right.
My husband had a gun. Remember? He was going to shoot us.
That is correct.
That is why we ran around and scooted underneath the bed to get away to not get shot.
And there was nothing ever going on between you two prior to that.
Prior to that? No, you mean in real life? Or
No. I'm talking about in the play. I mean, when you got, maybe I'm saying this wrong, but you ran under the bed, you scooted under the bed. And then what happened?
Well, the thing is, I was playing this hussy character named...
Very well, I might add. But you came from Sylvan Hills.
And worked at the mental hospital.
And the little plug-in thing for the telephones, yes.
That's right. So we scooted under the bed. Well, Arlene did not have a brain in her head.
I understand that. That's why typecasting, we call that.
And neither did Stacy Castleberry.
Well, that's a given right there.
So here we are trying to escape from my husband with a gun.
Right.
We scoot under the bed.
Slid
underneath the bed to keep from getting shot. But what do you know? We're under there for like 3 seconds. It's dark. It's close quarters.
No.
And we just
Passion.
Can't keep each other, leave each other alone.
Right.
Passion erupts. So my job was to do the ridiculous moaning sounds.
Which you did very well, by the way.
Thank you.
Could you do that right just for the...
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And Stacy's job was to make the bed go up and down like...
Oh, so he was pushing it up and down. Was that a little bit that I wrote into the play, or was that part of the play?
Possibly.
I think I actually wrote that because I'm really good at that kind of.
You're not from Sylvan Hills, but you are from Alaska, right?
On Alaska, and I'm very creative, but I'll take credit for it. Anyway, go ahead. Anyway, the bed's moving up and down. All the audience sees from their end is the bed going up and down, and they know you two are underneath there.
Right.
So what is one? They're consummating the relationship, right?
With a man with a gun just feet away.
Feet away.
So he comes around to the other side of the bed.
So Marnie Fife is coming around.
Yeah, and I think he took like a broom handle or something. He starts poking under the bed.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful.
We had to jump back out from underneath there. I got injured at least once or twice.
Your back's hurt again.
No.
You're looking for a pharmacist.
My husband was the stage manager.
I remember that, yes.
He built that bed, and he also built the gallows that they tried to hang me on.
Steve did
later.
That?
Yes.
I did. I forgot that.
Okay.
Very good.
When I was a little more limber back then than I am now, when we had to slide into that bed so fast, I crammed my head into the bedpost at least once.
I see it.
During the run of
you still have the scar.
Never did get it fixed right.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ways to get injured doing a play.
Really?
One night.
Yes.
Okay. Can I just give a brief?
Probably not, but go ahead.
Okay. In Act 1.
Yes.
Myself and my dentist are trying to kill my husband.
I understand.
In Act 2, I and my husband are trying to kill the dentist. In Act 3, the husband and the dentist are trying to kill me.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a hilarious play. But in Act 3, when they decide they're going to kill me, they build a gallows.
I remember that very well.
From scratch, they build a gallows to hang me. Well, my husband had actually built that gallows and had to rig the rope just so.
Yeah, they didn't choke you.
When they put it around my neck.
Yes.
But when I start doing this with the rope.
Do that one more time. We start.
Like this with the rope.
All right.
It has to give way up at the top.
And what happened?
One night it didn't give way. And I didn't realize it hadn't given way.
And I'm in the back checking my insurance policy.
Yes. And I jumped off the gallows and started to run across because I'm trying to get to the hotel room door to get out.
And the gallows.
The gallows was still attached. So the gallows is going. It
starts leaning.
Very far.
Right.
And I think Stacy or Keith one had to catch it because that thing would have just knocked me in the head.
The audience is going crazy right now.
And I don't know if they knew whether it was supposed to do that or not. But anyway, then we got loose from that.
Yes.
And the whole thing is just hilarious. And the reason that they were trying to kill me in Act 3 is because I had dumped both of them for yet another guy. I don't know if you remember that.
I do. Yes. I do. You were always after guys after a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, okay, I'm going to cut it off right there, but we have other plays we could talk about too.
Yes.
So someday soon I'm going to invite you back, and we're going to go into what was the biggie. What was the one with all the girls in it? You remember?
Oh, Steel Magnolias.
Steel Magnolias, and we to see where their careers have gone, and Susan, and Alicia, and many more of them were in that play.
Susan was spectacular.
Well,
which is, let me tell you,
give you $1, but
how shocking it is that somebody as sweet as Susan could play Weezy
She still does it to this day.
But she has to go from being her sweet self to being this cranky old woman.
But that's a normal
How she does it.
It really is. No, No, she's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many stories here. We've gone from Sylvan Hills all the way up to swinging and swaying with a guillotine or whatever. What is that called?
Gallows.
Yeah, that's what it's the gallows. It was a G word I knew. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had so much fun today with my dear friend Nancy Carlton. It's been a good time. And I said, there my Toastmasters came out. I somebody out there is going to ding me on that.
Well,
you had a good time?
Yes, I did.
It is. And so we're going to have this up on all kinds of Sweet Pea. That's SUITEP productions.com. Pretty soon. Now, it might take a few days because we have to edit everything Nancy said today out. But, well, we do. And you can share it if you get on there, please. You can like it. You can subscribe to it. You know, folks, you can do anything you want, but please tell a friend. That's the important thing, because we're trying to we got like 22,000 views on our stuff right now.
That's great.
22,000. And after today, we might have 3. Who knows after this one here?
A lot more craziness in my life, I could tell.
And we know that. That's why we invited you back. This is Tom Wilkins with TomCast. Have a great day. It's cleanup time around here. If you could, please go to our website, Sweet Pea, that's SUITE, P as in Paul, productions.com, and go on there, and if you feel led to, go ahead and do a Patreon for us. What's a Patreon? Patreon's where you send a little gift, a little monetary something, because you appreciate what we're doing here in Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas. The other thing, I want you to know this, absolutely free to like, share, or even subscribe. You can cost you nothing. Until next time, stop by sometime. 1820 Central Avenue, Sweet Pea. Love ya.